Guys, let's go again. I'm going to start. Let's begin with the open guard sweep. I'm in this position here. I'm going to cross my foot. If you want, I like to do it. I cross my foot. I got the underhook. You have to remember to get the underhook before circling. You can't circle before getting the underhook. I got the underhook, then I circled. Now I'm going to choose one of the two sweeps, either the wrist or the triceps sweep. And now here I'm going to show you a trap that I like to use. So I've already shown you that we can sweep using the wrist or the triceps. What do I like to do here when I circle? A lot of times the opponent falls for it. I crossed, got the underhook, circled. When I circle here, remember to put your head in the right spot. It's just on this side of his chest. The hand goes here, not on the waist, not up here, but right on the lat here. Once I'm glued in, what do I like to do? I like to put my hand right here. Man, it's amazing how people go for the wrist. They always do. So I'm here, and this hand of mine stays back here while he's putting pressure forward. If he's putting pressure forward, my hand stays back here. You can tell if he's working, if he's not just holding steady and staying still. I already take my hook off the ground, keep my hook active, otherwise he'll pass. So if he puts his knee on the ground here and he's thinking about what he's going to do, I can rest my foot here. But this hand of mine back here, it's for that, to fight with him. Once the fight here is over and he settles down a bit, I like to put my hand here just in case he comes after it. Then when he comes after it, that's gold, right? I spin, go for the wrist, bring it between his legs and sweep. Or when he comes after it here, I pull it out, go for the triceps and sweep. All right, let's sweep here. Today we're going to do the following. We'll go straight from this sweep into the spinning armbar. So I'm going to land in the sweep, gave that pull, switched my leg here. Last week we did this sweep going into the inverted triangle, actually the inverted katagatame. Today I'm going for the armbar. What do I need to do here to go for this spinning armbar? First thing, I need to get a good grip behind his shoulder. A common mistake is people trying to grip the triceps here. Don't grip the triceps. It's the shoulder, okay? Another thing, I have to project my shoulder forward. I need to push my shoulder forward. If I keep my shoulder back, Iago can pummel here. He can get the underhook. So this is even a detail you need to pay attention to when you're in side control on top of someone. There's no such thing as keeping your shoulder back. If my shoulder is back, I'm giving him space to pummel here. It's shoulder forward. Try to pummel now. Look, with my shoulder forward, he can't pummel, okay? So I've controlled the shoulder. My shoulder is forward. Now I'm going to position myself in a way that allows me to put this right knee here on the ground. So I'm going to do this here. Look, see? Okay, I'm here, shoulder forward, positioned here. I'm going to jab my left knee into his stomach. Just jab it. You don't need to put your weight. Just like this. Look. And I pull him toward me. Look at my elbow. This is another mistake people make. They try to do the armbar by pulling here. Look. Here, the guy escapes. You don't even need to go all the way around. Just bring this elbow in here. Look, elbow right here, see? It messes me up. So when I pull him sideways, I have to do this with my elbow. Look, pull your elbow in. There's no way. His arm is dead, okay? And another grip, another detail here. Look, I really put the pressure on these little fingers right here. Don't try to hold it way back here because you have absolutely no strength there. I do it exactly like this, see? So my main grip is right here. Just take a look at that. Try to put your back on the ground there. You can't. This grip here is strong as hell. Without the GI, we have to use this grip. With the GI, I think you guys can do it here on the GI. It's not a big problem, right? Now, without the G, the grip, we always have to shift it to the fingers like this, see? When we do this, here's my forearm, look. Here, I'm only using this part of the forearm, okay? When I shift it over here, see, I use all the bigger muscles of the forearm because I get much stronger. So our grips without the GI neck grip, it's not here, it's here. Look, neck grip, underhook grip, it's here, okay? And here, it's no different. So I'm here, I've controlled the shoulder, my shoulder comes forward automatically. I'm going to shift my weight to this leg so I can stab the other one in. Once I've stabbed the other leg in, I'm going to do that pull, closing my elbow. I close my elbow here, see? At this point, it's over, okay? Here, I'm going to post, I'm going to put my shin here. I like to put it right here, my calf really close to his back. And I turn, and here I like to add a detail, right? You already know I don't like to fall with my back on the ground. I don't like this here, see? Because with this, you're inviting him to roll out and escape. I like to fall to the side to break his roll. I pull, come here. I like to fall right here, see? Roll there, Iago. I like to fall to the side here, okay? I adjust myself, how? I keep the pressure, and this other hand comes here, see? My knees, I'm working by bringing my knees together, okay? Not here, see? But I'm staying right on top of my right shoulder here. I'm definitely not over there. If I stay in that position, he's going to be able to roll me over easily, okay? Now, remember when I mentioned that when I put my knee on the belly, I don't actually put too much of my weight down? I just give him a little poke. Why do I do that? For this spinning armbar, lie down, please. For this spinning armbar to work, I have to turn my opponent onto their side like this, see? To create space so I can place my shin here. If I'm here, I drive my knee in hard and pull. He's flat on his back. When I spin, there will be too much space and he'll escape. That's what I said. Just drive your knee in. When I say you guys are rolling, when I say knee on belly, it's this right here. See? Look, really heavy. When I say drive your knee in, just poke your knee in, just the tip. Why do I sometimes say drive your knee in? Because sometimes I want a reaction, for example, for him to push the knee and turn to the side. I go boom, training the hand one, knee on belly. Is there going to be a hand triangle? Go ahead. There isn't, see? It's hard for him to turn to the side. So it's different. Knee on belly is one thing, driving the knee in is another. Driving the knee in is because I want your opponent to have a reaction of pushing and turning to the side. In this situation, driving the knee in means I want to be able to pull him and get him turned sideways. So I'm here, shoulder forward. I'm going to make the transition, pull him to the side and drive the knee in. I drove the knee in, right to the little finger working. Here, look, I don't have any strength, but when I do it here, look, and I close the elbow, come back here, Jandro. He can't come back. Now, yes, his back is there for me to really support myself. My calf here, look, tight. I'm going to spin, landing on the other shoulder over there, look, boom. I squeeze knee to knee. Check out this elbow here, how is the guy going to do this? We're going to see that. For him to spin, the first thing you have to do is turn your thumb up. That's the first thing, because then he rotates the bone of his shoulder inside the socket there. He can rotate without blowing out his shoulder. When I drop to the side here, just by throwing my elbow up like this, look, he can't turn his thumb that way. See? It already locks him up. And then I go with my other hand here. Look, carefully aiming directly at his wrist and then firmly pulling the bone in a downward motion. Now, can you try to turn, Rando? No, you see, you simply can't. Okay, so that's it. I set it up, rotated, time to drop the shoulder. Look, my elbow, look over here. And then I go here, look. All right, lying down this way, squeeze knee to knee, and that's it, okay?